Welcome to DNA's Birding Adventures. We're off to Medicine Bow National Forest up in Wyoming for some beautiful views. We got one live bird, a little bit of camping, and some hiking. It's well worth the 2.5-hour drive up to Wyoming for some bird watching. We actually got 30 different bird species, and we're on the search for the Pine Grosbeak and a few other birds. We did get one live bird, possibly two, but we're not positive. We also added 2 new birds to our yearly list, making it 308 and 507 altogether for live birds. Here we go. We always love to go up to Wyoming to ski at Snowy Range, and that mountain range up there has some great camping spots, which we've visited a few times, and this is a new spot for us. Our Annie van has a new motor, and we're going to test her out. Plus, Dave's been doing a lot of work on the refrigerator, which is working very well now. We left at dawn just to hopefully get a spot at the Sugarloaf campground, and it was full. That's okay, because we went to another great spot. There's only 16 spots and a few first come, first serve, and apparently they were all gone. We were up there anyway at the Sugarloaf Mountain area, so we decided to do a little bit of hiking, and then we went to Mirror Lake, and we found a campsite at the Brooklyn Lake, along with some great trails. Do that.
Just kind of day down there.
Wow. Couple nights.
Yeah.
Wow, it's pretty. There's 2 white-crowned sparrows, a baby and a mama. And a chipmunk. And we're going to Mirror Lake. Heading this way. There's another bird. It's beautiful. Chickadee. Pretty much every bird we saw was feeding babies and taking care of them. So sometimes with the babies, it's hard to tell, what type of bird it is. So the white-crowned sparrow was obvious. We're about 10,000 to 11,000 feet. So most of the flowers were in their prime. Okay, so these bridges weren't too bad. I was able to make my way across, and the flowers were fabulous all the way up to where we went to the tundra, including a few new flowers for me I'd never seen before. And the state flower for Wyoming is the paintbrush, the red one. There's still snow. Oh. I think we got a live bird. Or golden-crowned kinglet. This was just the ruby-crowned kinglet. We checked with Merlin, and it thought it was the golden-crowned. But all the pictures we took, we could not find one with the distinctive characteristics of the golden crown. So I think that some of the babies have the call of a different bird sometimes when they're learning how to call. We did not count it as a life bird, and learning that Merlin is not always reliable. There was a flock about 20 different crossbills that we kept encountering throughout our whole weekend. I believe that's Mirror Lake up there. Dave just got a picture of a pika posing. You always know when you're in high elevation when you see a pika and no trees. The views were just stunning from Mirror Lake, and you can hike up higher, but this was a good spot for us. We wanted to head back down so we could find a campsite for the day. How pretty. Going up there. There's some snow. Brooklyn Lake had a great campsite, and it was a great place to wagon wheel out and found many different trails. Oh, I heard a fish jump. This is Brooklyn Lake. It's raining. What a view. Oh, wow. Should have brought our fishing poles. Really pretty. There's a trail that goes around the lake, and there's also another trail we're gonna have to check out. Our Westfalia Annie van made it up 11,000 feet. Good job. That was a good test. There's snow. How cool is that? Or olive-sided flycatcher on the other side, calling away. Maybe he'll come over here, or we can walk over. We just got the last grosbeak. Now we have all heard and saw the Pine Grosbeak, and also the olive-sided flycatcher. It's really pretty. We saw a Canada jay back in Colorado last week, and we were excited to see there was so many of them up here in Wyoming, and they were actually doing their job. They were camp robbers. The next morning we wanted to see if we could find that olive-sided flycatcher, so we walked 3 miles around the lake where we thought we heard it the day before so we could get a good picture. This is like a circular trail around Brooklyn Lake. And there it is. We just saw a Clark's nutcracker. Whoa, it's like a little oasis of flowers. There's a little river that goes down to the lake. There's the larkspur, Nuttall's larkspur, and mountain bluebells, showy golden eyes. Wow, and then it goes over here. Bees everywhere. Down to the lake, you can hear the water. Little Cassidy's finch. Right there. Oh, rat. A vole. A vole, yeah. There's the Cassidy's finch. There's a bunch of baby dark-eyed juncos and yellow-rump warblers. I can hear them calling. There's a Lincoln sparrow sitting right on top of that. There he goes. Bush. And then there's cedar waxwings, and we're trying to locate the olive-sided flycatcher. The pine beetles have just devastated the forest. About a third of the trees are dead. And it's kind of nice that they are saving some of them so that the birds can perch and nest in them. It's so funny when we take pictures sometimes of birds, you can't even see the bird. You have to zoom in and try to figure out what it is. It's that way all the time when we're trying to take pictures. What's this one? Can you see it? There it is. There's the western flycatcher. Sibley has renamed it from the cordilleran. And also, when you're trying to find birds, sometimes they're so camouflaged you can't even see them. They look like the bark. Or they're just silhouetted, so you can't figure out what it is. But we did figure out the olive-sided. Mainly by its really loud call. It likes to hang out at the top of dead trees. Fortunate for us. We just found the olive-sided flycatcher, and we're heading back to the campsite. Yay, life bird. What a beautiful sunrise. The next day we were greeted by the camp robber, the Canada jay, and also a bald eagle flying over the lake. Canada jays. Leftover steak and eggs for breakfast. There's so many different trails you can take from Brooklyn Lake Campground. The first day was the loop, and then today we are going up to the Glacier Lakes, east and west, and then back down. You can actually make the loop, but I think we came back down the same way just because we didn't want to go on a steep hill. It's about 200 elevation gain up to the east and west Glacier Lakes. Nice trail. Chickadees are everywhere. Sounds like babies. More chickadees. The views and the flowers. Oh, the flowers are just stunning. There's the lake. First moraine to the first lake. Oh, wow, they must be testing the water right there, or the flow. Pretty. Pretty wide open here. Wow. is East Glacier Lake. It's really windy. Looking for moose. We just heard a Clark's nutcracker or two. Really beautiful. I think that's Westlake, Glacier Lake. To see all this beauty, it only costs $5 a night to camp. If you have a National Park Pass, or $10 without, well worth it. We loved our couple days at the Medicine Bow National Forest, and we'll definitely return. There's a lot more to see. Thank you so much for watching, and happy trails to you. Until next time.